This is insane. Hello guys, it's Talia, and I have the most ridiculous, gorgeous, best display gaming monitor behind me. Look at that, it's actually a little bit terrifying. This is Predator's X45. It's a beastly 45-inch gaming display with a super fast OLED panel. Yes, OLED. And let me just address the elephant in the room here. Hi, hello. This thing is huge. I don't know if you can really see. I feel tiny next to it. It actually comes pre-packed as a complete unit in the box, and it is a complete unit. I would have to guess it weighs anything between like 10, maybe 15 kilos. I struggled with it at first, but it's actually a plus because it means it's gonna stay stable when it's on your desk. I mean, it might be a little bit of a struggle to get on the desk, but once it's there, it's not going anywhere. At the bottom, it has this prong design, which I like because with the size and the curve of the screen itself does take up a bit of airspace, I guess, but actually on the desk, it's very minimal. So you still have lots of room for your keyboard, any accessories, any knickknacks you like to keep on a desk, some snackies maybe. Overall, it just looks and it feels very premium. The legs are made of metal, and the display at the edges, it has this incredibly thin screen. I love it. It feels very premium. Resolution-wise, it is an ultra-wide Quad HD panel that's 21:9 paired with a stonking 240 Hz refresh rate. I like this pairing for gaming. It's definitely suited to keep up with any competitive or FPS kind of games with this super high refresh rate. I'm gonna say what everyone's thinking. I think if it was 4K, doubtful it would be able to make full use of that refresh rate. So for me, I think this is a way better pairing. And the OLED. I'm so happy. OLED screens are my favorite, and it's really, really hard to use one and then go back to not using one. And if that sounds like a flex, it's not. I don't have one. I've never had one. That's why I know it's hard. Everything just looks like how it's supposed to look. The contrast levels are amazing. That's why we like OLEDs, but games they just feel cinematic. When I was walking around in Night City earlier, it actually feels like you're there. Sometimes when I play Cyberpunk with other monitors, especially in the city, it looks a little bit washed out. There's always a strange green tinge, but this is great. The depth of the colors, the shadows, the lighting, everything is just gorgeous. The display is also HDR with 99% coverage of DCI-E3. It has an incredibly vibrant color profile with deep blacks and bright whites. And there's also a delta E value of less than 1, which will give you razor sharp color accuracy. So if you do any design or editing work, you can't beat it. I usually edit these silly little YouTube videos, so all of those things are definitely a plus. I probably don't utilize them as much as I should, but just the idea of editing a video on this wide of a screen, the size of the timeline, I could fit on that. And even better if you need to have a couple different windows open, say if you're making like a graphic in After Effects and then you're editing on Premiere Pro, Adobe, not sponsored, then you can afford to keep both of the windows open at the same time because it is literally the size of 2 monitors anyway. And just a little point on the curve. She's quite curvy. The screen has an 800R curve, and in terms of rating, the lower the number is, the more curved it is. And this is about as curved as it gets. Kind of feels like it's reaching out for a hug or something. For gaming, this is just awesome. I love the broad field of vision you get because it is kind of how you view things naturally. You have your main events front and center, but you're aware of your surroundings and your kind of peripherals. And pair that with a high refresh rate, this makes it perfect for first-person shooters. It also has a pixel response time of 0.01 milliseconds, FreeSync support, and lots of ports. Should you want to connect your PC, laptop, any consoles, there's a HDMI 2.1 and an inbuilt KVM switch, so you can seamlessly switch between the sources. There's also USB Type-A's for peripherals and a USB Type-C with 90 watts of power delivery if you want to charge any devices. I don't know if my enthusiasm gave it off, but I'm completely in love with this monitor. Gaming on an OLED panel with a high refresh rate, it just feels like how gaming is supposed to be. Makes my heart happy. So let me know what you think of the X45 down below, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye. I don't know, maybe you can't really tell because I'm sitting on a big chair. It's a big screen. Goodbye.